The time now at 6:30 p.m. in the Santa for the Nightly Business Report for this Tuesday, January 15th, 1985. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins. Today is what's happening. The administration will ask Congress to increase charges for a number of financial services the government provides, including home mortgage insurance, farm credit, and export loan guarantees. Officials said the charges would be paid either by the individuals benefited and from the services of the agencies involved. But the proposal was intended to raise up to $4 billion a year in added revenues, elected to run into stiff opposition. Fed Chairman Paul A. Volcker asked for a cut in the budget deficit of at least $50 billion in the next fiscal year to impress the financial market and achieve a decline in interest rates. Industrial production has spurred 0.6% in December, the biggest increase in 5 months, and another sign that the economy is picking up steam after its sudden pause. But the rise was still less than many economists expected. Retail sales edged down 0.1% in a month, but analysts saw special factors and noted that sales would have been up 0.5% if not for second figures on new car sales. American automakers saw new car sales jump 12% in the first 10 days of January on the daily rate basis. That rate was the highest in a period since 1966. The annual rate adjusted for seasonal fluctuations was 8.9% to 8.9 million units, up from a strong 8.2 million in the period a year ago. Major banks reduced their prime rates of a quarter of a point to 10.5%, followed by the lead of manufacturers hand over the cut, but the key rate went back to where it stood in August 1983, and some analysts said it could drop further. Citicorp earnings soared 29.9% in the fourth quarter, and other big banks reported gains in leading bank analysts to declare that the almost 3-year-old banking crisis had come to an end. Manufacturers Hanover had profited a raise of 23.1%, Bankers Trust 19.5%, Security Pacific 12.9%, and Wells Fargo 9.9%. Crocker had a 260.1 million loss. The FCC is studying quotas telephone manufacturers to see whether they may have deceived the government by marketing funds different from those they have submitted for approval. Britain will sell its 48.4% stake in British Aerospace to the public spring, possibly earning about $385 million. Honeywell agreed to pay $800,000 in civil penalties to settle charges that it failed to report affecting gas computer control valves linked to 22 deaths and 37 serious injuries. The FAA proposed fining Alaska Airlines of $600,775 for a long list of safety violations the agency is charging. Geo magazine will fold with the February issue, officials of the publisher Knapp Communications said. Stock trading soared to 155.3 million shares on the big board, the 8th busiest session ever, as a Dow Jones Industrial Average retreated about 3 3/4 points to 1,230.79 on profit taking. The average had risen about 49.58 points. In the previous 6 sessions, other averages increased moderately, however. Interest rates declined modestly as an analyst interpreted December economic statistics as weaker than expected, offering hope that rates might decline further and at least not very soon. The dollar was mixed, setting records against them. Currencies but then fallen back into later trading, and the U.S. gold was higher aboard, but the was a bid in New York at $301.25, down $1.55. Heating oil and crude oil futures declined, and weather supported rally that lasted more than a week. Anxiety about the economy has taken a holiday for the moment, but the deficit of the budget, the trade deficit, and heavy United States dependence on foreign capital continues to haunt the outlook. Mutual funds found that they're going tough last year. The average fund rose 1.15% in value, including the reinvestment and distribution. A few funds were standout performers throughout, and many shares of fund management companies did well. That's me, have a night report for this Tuesday, January the 15th, 1985. On a Tuesday, Pearson, have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.